The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring graded stakes action from opening weekend at Saratoga, including a new course record in the Grade 1 Diana Stakes and a disqualification in the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks. We begin with fillies and mares at Woodbine in the Grade 3 Ontario Matron Stakes. Strut the Course, the 9-10 favorite. Robert Geller picks up the call.
Skylander Girl has got away. Skylander Girl by 4 lengths to Midnight Ballet. Checkered Past is pushed along. Strut the Course on the outside. The whip is out on Checkered Past. Up the rails, Uchenna. And Copper Kitten is last. Trying to pull off a steal here. It is still Skylander Girl by 3 lengths. Strut the Course running on. Battling away still Midnight Ballet. Uchenna has a chance up the rail. Checkered Past struggling. Down the lane. Skylander Girl defies them. Skylander Girl in front. Uchenna finishing very well on the inside. Down the outer is still Midnight Ballet. Strut the Course is coming now. Strut the Course, Uchenna. They race up to take the lead. Uchenna on the inside and Uchenna finishing the best. Uchenna on the rail holding on and Uchenna is the winner by a length.
Uchenna holds off Strut the Course officially by 3/4 of a length, while in receipt of 7 pounds from the odds-on favorite. The winner under 117 pounds at Alan Garcia in 143 3. An allowance winner over the Woodbine Turf in May, the Roger Atfield trainee was coming off a 4th place finish in the Trillium Stakes over the track and trip. The Irish-bred 4-year-old filly by Fastnet Rock was imported by Triton Racing. Uchenna has earned $124,000. To Del Mar for the Grade 2 San Diego Handicap. Breeders' Cup Classic winner Bayern, the 7-5 favorite. Trevor Denman has the call.
3/8 of a mile to go and Bayern at the rail and Appealing Tail. They've gone clear by 4.5. Catch a Flight comes after them. Opportunity 4th, then Majestic City. 1/4 of a mile to go. Bayern and Appealing Tail still head and head as they turn for home. Catch a Flight comes after them now from 3rd. Homeward bound Bayern at the rail, Appealing Tail. Catch a Flight in the white cap continues to close ground, then Opportunity. Homeward bound in the San Diego, Appealing Tail. Catch a Flight coming fast. Appealing Tail hanging on. Appealing Tail, catch a Flight. Immaculately ridden by Gary Stevens, up to win it.
Catch a Flight gets up to defeat Appealing Tail by a head. Gary Stevens, the winning jockey in 143 flat. The 3rd graded stakes victory in the last 4 starts for Catch a Flight, who was last seen finishing 3rd at the Grade 1 Gold Cup at Santa Anita. The Argentine-bred 5-year-old horse is by Giants Causeway. Catch a Flight has earned $573,000 for Santa Maria de Araras. Trainer Richard Mandela teaming up with fellow Hall of Famer Stevens for this victory. DRF Breeding, home of the new sire-powered results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. Back to Woodbine for turf sprinters in the Grade 3 Royal North Stakes. Last year's winner, Ageless, the 3-5 favorite. Once again, here's Robert Geller.
Lee Court running a brilliant race so far, up on the outside in front. Richie's Party Girl, the rail as they go inside the 3/8, 2.5 to Sensational Bunny. Ageless starting to warm up now, is coming into it pretty well. And 4 lengths away last is Certsy, and here comes Ageless down the outside, really getting a little bit wide on the track, but is flying. Lee Court at the mercy of Ageless on the outside. Ageless trots up, joins Lee Court, and hasn't really had to work too hard to do it, and now has engaged Lee Court fully. Lee Court fighting on the inside, but Ageless got the run and has got the momentum and wins the Royal North yet again.
Odds-on favorite Ageless repeats as winner of the Royal North by 3/4 of a length over Lee Court. Julianne Leperoux aboard the Keeneland Sells graduate in course record time of 107 flat. Ageless also set a new course record when taking the Very One Stakes on the Preakness Stakes card at Pimlico. In her last start, she finished 3rd against males in the Grade 3 Jaipur Stakes. The 6-year-old mare by Successful Appeal was bred in Kentucky by Hinkle Farm. It was a $130,000 Keeneland September yearling. Ageless has earned $653,000 for Leal Stables. Arnaud Delacour trains the winner. Ageless paid $340 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Del Mar for the Grade 1 Bing Crosby Stakes. Masochistic, the 2-5 favorite. Again, here's Trevor Dedman.
They'll come into the 5/16ths, and it's Distinctive Passion and Caminetto. Masochistic biding his time in third. Wild Dude starting to run on from fourth. Top of the lane, Caminetto, Distinctive Passion. Now Masochistic makes his move in the red cap. And Masochistic up to strike the front as they turn for home. Wild Dude running on from fourth. Homeward bound now, and it's Masochistic in front. Wild Dude running a big one on the outside is going to stretch him the whole way. Masochistic, Wild Dude. Wild Dude's going to get him. Wild Dude, a big upset in the Bing Crosby. Wild Dude and Flavion Pratt have won it.
11-1 Wild Dude rallies to defeat odds on favorite Masochistic by a length and a quarter. Del Mar's leading rider, Flavion Pratt, aboard the Thoroughbred in 109-2, a 106 Beyer speed figure. Winner of the Grade 2 San Carlos Stakes in March, the Jerry Hollendorfer trainee finished third when Masochistic captured the Grade 1 Triple Bend Stakes. A $9,000 OBS October weanling and a $42,000 OBS April 2-year-old, Wild Dude has earned nearly $725,000 for Hollendorfer and Green Smith. The 5-year-old horse by Wildcat Air was bred in Florida by Versatile Thoroughbreds. Florida breds, race 'em or chase 'em. More racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series.
The advantages of nominating and winning a Breeders' Cup Challenge Series race are clear. For more information about the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series and nominations, go to members.breederscup.com, because the best is yet to come.
There's a new day dawning in Florida. Never before has a Breeders' Cup Classic winner retired to stud in the Sunshine State. Until now. Adena Springs presents 3-time Grade 1 winner and earner of over $4 million, Fort Larned. New to Adena Springs South.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 Sanford Stakes coming up in this segment. 2-year-old fillies on opening day at Saratoga in the Grade 3 Schuylerville Stakes. 6-5 favorite Positively Royal is starting to fade as we pick up the call by Larry Colmus.
Moment is right, moving right along into the far turn. Off the Tracks is second, and the favorite Positively Royal stalks the top two in third. Banry is 4 deep on the turn in fourth, and then it's decked out to the inside. 1 minute, 5 lengths off the lead, Arielite and Little Miss Miss. And they're coming to the top of the stretch, and its Moment is Right, turning for home in front. A 45 2/2 mile, and here's Off the Tracks, who goes right by her. Positively Royal not going on today. Off the Tracks leads the way. Banry is up into second, and then it's decked out on the inside. They're coming down to the wire, and Off the Tracks scores in the Schuylerville.
Off the Tracks leads a sweep by Keeneland Sells-Grads, defeating Banry by 3 1/4 lengths with decked out third. Louise Saez up in 1:11 Off the Track, shipping in from Gulfstream Park, where she broke her maiden by 4 1/4 lengths on debut. The first of 3 winners on the opening day card, sired by Curlin. The filly was bred in Kentucky by Lee McMillan. It was a $50,000 Keeneland September yearling. Trained by Roderick Rodriguez, Off the Tracks has earned $111,000 for J Stables. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the upcoming yearling sales. 2-year-old colts and geldings at the Spa and the Grade 3 Sanford Stakes. Cocked and Loaded, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's Larry Colmus.
At 22 and 2 opening quarter mile for Magnolite and Jose Ortiz, and they're on top by a length. He's coming in hot as second. Percolator on the outside third. John Q. Public is fourth. And then it's Cocked and Loaded 4 lengths off the lead. Uncle Vinny's going up on the far outside. Awesome Slew, Twirling Cinnamon next. Sunny Ridge and Save the Drama trails the field as they come to the top of the stretch. And Magnolite turns for home in front. Percolator to the outside, then he's coming in hot. Cocked and Loaded and Uncle Vinny to the outside. 1 furlong to run, and Magnolite to catch. Magnolite drifting out there. Oh, he just drifted well out into the track. It's Magnolite. He's in front as they come down to the wire, and Magnolite will finish first in the Sanford.
It was Magnolite and Jose Ortiz first under the wire by 3/4 of a length over Uncle Vinny, but for ducking out sharply during the stretch run, then drifting back in the path of Percolator, Magnolite was demoted to third by the stewards. The official victory goes to Keeneland Sells graduate Uncle Vinny. John Velasquez aboard the Thoroughbred in 1:10 An impressive first out maiden winner at Belmont Park, Uncle Vinny finished 6th, with race favorite Cocked and Loaded won the Tremont Stakes. He's the 6th winner of the Sanford for trainer Todd Pletcher. A $175,000 Keeneland September yearling, Uncle Vinny has earned $141,000 for Starlight Racing. The colt by Uncle Mo was bred in Florida by Gilbert G. Campbell. Florida breds, race him or chase him. Spendthrift Farms Into Mischief is the #2 apex sire in the world by A Runner Index. His 2-year-olds are already off to a fast start, led by his undefeated stakes-winning filly, Come to Mischief, and his impressive Saratoga debut-winning colt, Saratoga Mischief. Into Mischief's biggest and best crop of yearlings sells this summer. Watch for them at the Saratoga sales.
Some horses are so brilliant, they make you stop and take notice.
Fort Larden is giving way, it's cross traffic.
Some are bred on a perfect cross.
Then on the outside is Mucho Macho Man, Ron the Greek down toward the rail.
This horse has it all. Plus, traffic stopping good looks. Cross traffic, unbridled songs, fastest son.
Cross traffic will take his place among the top handicap horses in the country.
Make plans now to attend the National Thoroughbred Owner Conference taking place at beautiful Gulfstream Park in South Florida, January 11th through 14th, the same week of the 2015 Eclipse Awards. Enjoy a great lineup of speakers and panelists, fabulous social events, and live racing at Gulfstream. Plus, you'll meet celebrity owners and successful thoroughbred owners from around the country. If you missed the inaugural Owner Conference at Keeneland, you won't want to miss this one. Visit ownerview.com to register today. That's ownerview.com.
leveled. The sparkling performance here in the Champagne.
I've got a to-do list and 5 acres of fresh air.
Top 3 tools: hammer, screwdriver, front loader.
Happiness is a drive-over mower deck.
A John Deere dealer can teach tractors to anybody.
In the right hands, an iMatch Quick Hitch could probably cure most of the world's problems.
That's how we run, and nothing runs like a Deere. John Deere is a proud sponsor of the Breeders' Cup.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. Sprinting 3-year-olds at Monmouth Park in the Grade 3 Jersey Shore Stakes. Blame Jim, the 1-2 favorite. Frank Miramati picks up the call.
Less than 3 furlongs to travel. Joe Franklin, Blame Jim right up alongside, just a neck back second. Hebronville is finding his best stride. He's moving up on the outside of WV Jet Setter, who's also in with a fighting chance, trying to sneak through a narrow opening. Top of the stretch, Joe Franklin, WV Jet Setter went through and takes the lead. Hebronville, Blame Jim did not go on. It's either WV Jet Setter or Hebronville, who's storming home on the outside. WV Jet Setter holding on. Hebronville up alongside. They're going to hit it together, and Hebronville gets up.
Hebronville rallies from last to defeat WV Jet Setter by a neck. Trevor McCarthy aboard the Keeneland Sells graduate in 109-3. The first stakes victory for Hebronville, who was runner-up in the Grade 2 Futurity Stakes at 2. The Lynn Whiting trainee snapped a 6-race losing streak by taking an allowance sprint at Ellis Park in his latest. The colt by Majestic Perfection was bred in Kentucky by Padua Stables. It was a $55,000 Keeneland November weanling. A $250,000 2-year-old, Hebronville has earned nearly $215,000 for Choctaw Racing Stable. Derby Dan Stallion Dialed In is the #1 freshman sire by yearling ROI in 2015. His first crop yearlings are averaging over $135,000. Dialed In also sired the highest price yearling by a freshman sire, a $270,000 colt purchased by Zayat Stables. 3-year-old fillies over the Saratoga Turf Course in the Grade 2 Lake George Stakes. Partisan Politics, the 2-1 favorite. Larry Comas has the call.
Into the far turn. It is feathered in front by a half a length. Cara Marie keeps the pressure on in second. Robillard is going up in third. Then it's All in Fun. Mrs. McDougall making steady progress on the outside, and then Mississippi Delta. Civilier bottled up at the back of the field as they come to the top of the stretch. And here comes Cara Marie to make a run for the lead. Cara Marie on the outside. Feathered tries to battle her. Mrs. McDougall is closing in on the far outside. All in Fun is coming too. Then it's Jetical Ball and Partisan Politics on the far outside. They're coming down to the line in the Lake George. And it's Mrs. McDougall who has won it.
Mrs. McDougall scores by half a length over Feathered, who noses at Cara Marie for place. Arad Ortiz Jr. aboard the Keeneland Sells graduate in 141-2. After impressively winning 2 of her first 3 starts, Mrs. McDougall finished 4th in her stakes debut, the Grade 1 American Oaks. The filly by Medalla d'Oro was bred in Kentucky by Aaron and Marie Jones. The latest stakes-winning 3-year-old turf filly for trainer Chad Brown, Mrs. McDougall has earned nearly $213,000 from Mr. and Mrs. William K. Warren Jr. The filly was consigned by TaylorMade Sales Agency to the 2013 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Walnut Green for $450,000. Grade 2 Lake George Stakes winner Mrs. McDougall, part of a Keeneland graded stakes sweep during the opening weekend at Saratoga. The Keeneland Sells graduate of the week. 3-year-old fillies over the main track at the Spa in the Grade 1 CCA Oaks. Carolina, the 9-10 favorite. Once again, here's Larry Comas.
I'm a Chatterbox and Florent Giroux lead the field up the backstretch. A half length on top of Conquest Eclipse, and Carolina's third between those two. Then it's Keen Pauline close up running in fourth. A gap of another 5.5 lengths to the pair of Chide and Danette, and another 6 lengths to include Betty, who continues to run far behind the field of 46. And 4.5 mile for I'm a Chatterbox, who's got a half mile to go and a 3/4 length lead, and now edging away by 1.5 lengths as they go into the turn. Carolina is second, and now she's 2 lengths behind. And beginning to pick it up from third is Keen Pauline. As Conquest Eclipse drops back, Danette is next, and Include Betty is in the midst of her rally. She's picking off horses now. Had to alter course there, but she's coming on as they come toward the top of the stretch. I'm a Chatterbox has run 3/4 in 1:11.1, and they're into the stretch, and I'm a Chatterbox turns for home. And on the outside is Carolina, and Include Betty is storming down the center of the track with Danette. 1 furlong to run. Florent Giroux shaking up I'm a Chatterbox. Carolina trying to come and get her. Include Betty is third on the far outside. I'm a Chatterbox still there close to home. Carolina, a final bid. I'm a Chatterbox holds on.
It was I'm a Chatterbox and Florent Giroux getting to the wire a nose in front of Carolina, but for drifting out and brushing with Carolina during the stretch run, I'm a Chatterbox was demoted to second by the stewards. The official victory goes to Carolina and John Velasquez, with I'm a Chatterbox second and Include Betty third for a sweep by Keeneland Souls graduates. Time of the race 1:49.3. Second on debut at Saratoga in her only start at 2, the Todd Pletcher trainee is undefeated in 4 starts this season, including the Grade 1 Acorn Stakes. The filly by Curlin was bred in Kentucky by Casa Farms. A $125,000 Keeneland September yearling, Carolina has earned nearly $667,000 for Eclipse Thoroughbred partners. Coming up, a new course record in the Diana.
Close 140 at 130.40. If you think it's 40, if you think it's 140, if you think it's 130. Down over to get down 87, 90 pound, down over to get down 90 grand bay, 890 thousand, down over to get down 90. 85 on a minute, 85, what do you think in 5 here? 85,000, down over to get down 5 on the minute.
People want to know what's so special about Ocala. Centrally located between Orlando and Jacksonville, Ocala's equine industry has many incentives to breed, raise, and train thoroughbreds. Discover Ocala. Reach out to Showcase Properties, and we'll show you why we love where we live.
I've got a to-do list and 5 acres of fresh air.
Top 3 tools: hammer, screwdriver, front loader.
Happiness is a drive over mower deck.
A John Deere dealer can teach tractors to anybody.
In the right hands, an iMatch Quick Hitch could probably cure most of the world's problems.
That's how we run, and nothing runs like a Deere. John Deere is a proud sponsor of the Breeders' Cup.
Kentucky Derby winner Orb posted 5 consecutive wins, including this signature victory.
And Orb has won the Kentucky Derby!
In the Fountain of Youth, Orb bested an undefeated Grade 1 winner and was favorite in Kentucky.
Have won the Florida Derby!
Orb hails from a family of successful sires and champions. Kentucky Derby and dual Grade 1 winner Orb at Claiborne Farm.
Since 1894, Daily Racing Form has told the story of thoroughbred racing. 120 years later, Daily Racing Form continues to tell the story and now bridges the worlds of racing and breeding. Presenting the new DRF Sire-powered results tool. Access race results by sire, name of horse, track, date, age, type of race, distance, and surface. Available only at DRF Breeding.
The feature race of the week is presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. Turf fillies and mares at Saratoga and the Grade 1 Diana Stakes. Stephanie's Kitten, the 2-1 favorite. Here's the call by Larry Comas.
They're off in the Diana. And it's Kitten's Queen who goes out to lead them. Tepin is away second. And then it's My Miss Sophia to the outside, followed by Hard Not to Like, fourth early on and 6 lengths off the lead. It's Kitten Queen goes out there quickly. Lady Lara at the back of the field along with Waltzing Matilda and Stephanie's Kitten on the inside. Kitten's Queen up top. Kitten's Queen leading the way early on here through a 23-2 opening quarter mile. The lead is almost 2 lengths over Tepin in second. My Miss Sophia third, and it's a big gap. It's 7 lengths more back to Hard Not to Like. Lady Lara to the outside, followed by Waltzing Matilda. Stephanie's Kitten letting her stablemate set the pace here, and she's 15 lengths behind her up the backstretch. Kitten's Queen up top through a 47.5 mile, 3/4 of a length to the good of My Miss Sophia in second. Tepin follows in third, still that chasm back to Hard Not to Like in fourth. And then it's Lady Lara, Waltzing Matilda, and Stephanie's Kitten continues to be 15 lengths behind as the field races for the far turn. Kitten's Queen a half a length on top. My Miss Sophia second, 3/4 went in 1:10 flat. So the pace is picked up here. Tepin is a length and a half off the lead, and it's still 8 lengths more to the rest of the field. And they're into the stretch. Kitten's Queen, My Miss Sophia, and Tepin come into the final furlong of the Diana. 6 lengths ahead of Hard Not to Like, who's trying to close in late. It is Kitten's Queen. Tepin to the outside, comes at her, and closing fast is Hard Not to Like on the far outside. They're coming down to the line of the Diana, and it will be a photo finish.
Let's take another look at that 3-way photo finish. It's 26-1 Kitten's Queen and Jose Ortiz with the lead on the inside. 3-1 second choice Tepin and Julianne Leperoux challenging between horses. And 6-1 Hard Not to Like flying down the center of the course under John Velasquez. And Hard Not to Like gets up to take the photo by a nose. Tepin takes second by a neck over Kitten's Queen. The third graded stakes victory during opening weekend for Velasquez. New course record of 145-1. Winner of the Grade 1 Jenny Wiley Stakes last season for her breeder, Garland Williamson. Hard Not to Like was acquired by Speedway Stable for $1.5 million at the 2014 Keeneland November sale and was transferred to trainer Christophe Clement. She became a Grade 1 winner for her current connections when she captured the Gamely Stakes at Santa Anita in her latest. The Ontario-bred 6-year-old mare is by Hard Spun. Hard Not to Like has a bankroll of $1,261,000. John Velasquez with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. We'll have Triple Crown winner American Pharaoh and the Haskell Stakes next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.